Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be my July budget. Now remember, this budget will be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing, but if you want to see it, let's jump in. So hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shakema if you're new around here, and I do see we have some new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys, 1 fur dog named Gracie, and we have a fur grand dog. His name is Acro. We're living our best Dave Ramsey life around here, but we're doing a little bit different this month because I am a traditional 10-month employee. I work and I am paid from August through May. I am not paid at the end of June or the end of July. I am a state employee. I do work in the public school system, and I am doing my July budget, which is my summer share money. So if you're not familiar with how the summer share works, or that's not something that you have in your area, how this works is for 10 months, my credit union, because I belong to the credit union, they will pull out of each check, each 10 check, they will pull out a certain amount from each of the 10 checks. And that money is put into a main account. It's called your summer share account. I have them take out $393. I've been having that amount taken out for years. It's what I was able to afford and still be able to pay all of my bills for the month. I've never updated it. I may update it next year. I haven't decided. So each month for the 10 months that I am employed, they pull out $393. When my summer comes, I have $3,930 in my summer share account. At the end of the month of June, they take half and dump it into my checking account. And at the end of the month in July, they take the other half and dump it into my checking account. And then I start back to work in August, and I get a full paycheck in August, and they start taking out the monthly amounts again. So for this month, I do not have the regular $2,900 and whatever odd dollars I'm used to having for my monthly income. I just have summer share money, and that money breaks down to $1,965. So that's what I will be allocating for. So I'm right now at about $1,000 less than what I have for the regular month of expenses, but I don't have as many expenses as I normally would. Couple things that I don't have to pay for in the summer, or that I don't give to in the summer, is my church, because I give tithe off of my full salary in 10 months. So because I only work 10 months, I give my tithe in 10 months. That's why it's a little bit higher. Some people say, well, Shakema, your tithe is more than 10%. It's not. I tithe off of my gross income, not my net income. And so when you see that $500, that is going over for the whole year. It's the whole year, even though I do it in 10 months. If I were going to do it over 12 months, if I got paid in 12 months, it would be a little bit less every month. But because I only have 10 months, I go ahead and take care of it then. Anything we give in the summer months, July, June and July, August, that is all considered offering. We do give other offerings throughout the year if we can, but we definitely give offerings in the summer months because that is not there. Also, grocery money. We do not have grocery money in the summertime at all. So what I did this year is I went ahead and started saving up $50 here, $50 there. And so I would have summer grocery cards. So I don't have that $250, $350, $400 coming out of my budget as an expense because I have my grocery gift cards. This year I was able to save 10 or buy 10 $50 gift cards, which is $500, or $250 for each month, the month of July and the month of August. So I have 5 gift cards for July and 5 gift cards for August. So we're all good on that. And then there's a couple other things. I didn't have to buy dog food this month because a friend of ours is going to gift us dog food. So blessed that she She just called me this morning. She's like, did you buy dog food? I said, no, ma'am, I didn't. She said, okay, good, because I have dog food for you. So she's got dog food for us, so we didn't have to buy it. She has like a subscription to chewy.com. And so she gets a really big bag and she just gives us some of that. So it's worked out for the last couple of months. I've not had to buy dog food. Praise the Lord. Because ma'am had to get shots this time. So that helped with her having to get her shots, where I didn't have to buy food and figure out shot money. A couple other things that I don't have to pay, and I'll show you those on my budget sheet, because I am going to take you down to the budget sheet. But I just wanted to clarify that. I know there are some teachers or some state employees that are like me that do watch the channel, and that's just how it is. And some people say, well, why don't you have more taken out during the year? But I have worked my budget so that what I get is exactly what I need for my bills. And so I have to just be mindful that this is where I am and this is what I do. I just have to make or take further steps during my employment that I am making sure that I have everything that I need. Also, there'll be some Google AdSense. We hope that'll come in. That'll help to buffer out some things if I need to have additional monies at the end. The kids also do have their child support comes in. So thank you to Dad, who is doing his thing and making sure that they have what they need as far as for their care. You know, he does send child support. I do pay their taekwondo up front, and then he gets it on the back end as money comes in. I can recoup any money from there if I need to. And what I've been doing is just putting money into savings. But I do not traditionally do any savings in the summer. I don't put any money into any baby step because there's no money to put into the baby step from what I have set aside. What I have is just for bills. So that's how I live my best life. I did want to make this one statement because somebody mentioned it on a previous video. They said there's a reason that channels like mine and other channels, we are expecting YouTube subscribers to send us money, and we put our Cash Apps and PayPal's information in the description box just so people can send us money. So this is my take on that. And I have struggled with this because I never want to be seen as that individual. And why am I even addressing it? But I'm going to say this. This channel was created, and I have said multiple times, they probably should have went back and looked at some of the other videos. You don't have to send me anything. This is my Dave journey. This is the journey that I'm putting myself through, doing the baby steps. And those steps have not always been easy. There have been some hard steps or some hard times when I've tried to figure out how am I going to do this. I self-sacrifice. I haven't been to Goodwill. Y'all, I haven't bought anything from Goodwill since 2019. And we're already in the 7th month of 2020. I'm a thrifter. I thrift. It's what I do. But because I needed to make these goals, I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going to the thrift store. And so I haven't. At one point, I did put my information in the description box because somebody asked for it. And it just doesn't sit well with my spirit. So I took it out. I'm like, God, I want this to be our journey. Now, if the Lord lays it on your heart to bless our family, I'm not going to stop you. I used to stop people and say, oh, no, don't do that. I can't tell you how God wants to bless you if you want to bless me. I know I've blessed people. I've been a blessing to people because God has blessed me, or he has said directly to me, Shakema, I want you to do this for this person. So I understand that God speaks to us and he tells us to do things. But I never want it said that my channel has asked anybody for anything, because that has never been this channel. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply sharing my journey. And you all have seen me. There have been so many comments over, even from the last videos, the last couple, 3 or 4 budget videos, that have said, oh my God, Shakema, I've been with you for a long time. And I knew, and I've known you from not having enough and trying to figure it all out. And look at how far you've come. This has been me and God. I've had some hard conversations with him. And he has had to say to me, okay, do you really need that? Don't we have some goals here? You know, we're trying to pay some things. I use my stimulus to go towards savings, not to go out and just spend and just be frivolous in my spending, but to really try to be mindful. So I wanted to say that because it bothers me that people would think that I'm trying to take advantage. I don't even have a large channel in comparison to some of the other channels. I mean, what I'm saying is I'm not asking anybody to help me. I got myself in these issues, myself and my situational circumstances, and I'm working the steps to get myself out. But if people want to bless us, praise the Lord. And it was from that comment of when Andrea sent to help to get Jackson's curriculum. I have always known curriculum was coming. And so I just waited till the summer when Dad would send some, and then I would sell some stuff on eBay to try to make up the difference for the curriculum. Moving forward, starting in September, I will then put that as a sinking fund. It didn't dawn on me this year in January when I was doing sinking funds to do it that way, because I always remember, well, I'll do it in the summertime. But starting in September, when I go back to work and get my very first paycheck at the end of August for my September bills, I will be putting in some for curriculum. So then when I come to the summertime, I'll already have the majority, if not all of the money for curriculum, and there won't be any issues. When you know better, you do better. And so that's what I'm trying to do as far as my budgets. So I did want to share that. And the majority of the people that watch this channel are just so here for me. They're rooting us on and patting us on the back and attaboying and, hey, Shakema, I've done this with my budget because I saw you do this. This is just my journey. This is not again, as I've said, budgets are subjective. What works at your house may not work at my house. What works at my house may not be what you would do. But we're all just here to encourage one another. Hebrews 10:24 says, let's spur each other on as we wait for the big day to approach, to arrive. Listen, you doing good, I'm doing good, we're all doing good. And it's better when we're all saying, good job, Shakema. I've taken suggestions when they have been communicated in a nice way, in a great manner. Not, well, you didn't do this, and if I was you, well, you're not me. But if people would say, hey, have you ever thought about this? Those are my comments. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Be mindful of how you're saying things to people, because we don't know where people are. And again, I've said this before. I'm doing the very best I know how, and those comments come through, and then it's like, well, darn, I can't do anything right to satisfy people. I'll just go out and be frivolous. And I know I share my journey on here with you guys as a personal choice, but think about how you say things to other people that are trying their very best in your sphere of influence. So again, just be mindful with your words, because some people can be so discouraged. We're right now in a season where a lot of people are facing so much discouragement that they've never faced before. Be very careful with people. These are God's people. We have to be very mindful of what's coming out. And sometimes if it is not helpful, or it's not said in a manner where it can be helpful, it may not need to be said. It could be very true, but it may just not need to be said. Or you ask the Lord, how can I say this in a way that it will be well received and it will be digested and it might be acted upon? Even if you share something with me, doesn't mean I have to do it. I appreciate your thought pattern, but until my mind can change about how it needs to be done, then you just have to be okay with the fact that I've heard you, and I'm going to take that information and do what works best for me. So anyway, again, I try not to address certain things, but maybe there were people out there that said, oh, she just put her channel out here for money. Far from the truth. Many days I go to the P.O. box and it is very empty. And there are days I go to the P.O. box and somebody has blessed us with a book or card. I get cards in the mail that just say, hey, Shakema, I just wanted you to know that something you said on your channel was helpful. I had a lady named Lisa. She sent me a very sweet note last week and an encouraging pamphlet in the mail. That was beautiful. I had somebody send me a cookbook. I thought you and your kids might enjoy this with your frugal lifestyle, and you can keto-fy. Very great. Just different things that would come, people sharing their stories, and those are really good. If somebody chooses to bless us, that's great. We're not going to say no. Some of my best blessings have been coupons. They're like, hey girl, I had some extra coupons, just decided to send you some. My girl Tiffany sends coupons all the time, and they help us. They help our bottom line. So again, we thank you for your generosity towards our family. If the Lord tells you to bless us, perfect. If he doesn't say anything, but you keep watching, that still blesses us. If you like the videos, that blesses us. If you don't like them, that still helps our channel, you know. So anywho, I'm going to jump in this video and show you the numbers because I know that's what people come here for. So if you don't want to, I'm going to probably I'll try to put a timestamp if you don't want to hear the ramblings so that you can jump right into the budget. So anywho, let's jump into these numbers and see how they shake down for the month. Alrighty, you guys, so here's my budget sheet that I use. This is the MYMT personal budget sheet. I use this in Google Sheets now because my Microsoft is not activated. I don't have an updated Microsoft, so I just use this in Google Sheets and it works out fine for me. I know somebody was asking me about Google Sheets. So if you click on the link and download it, it should automatically download. There's a link in the description box to this sheet. It was free for me. So if it asks you to pay, that's not the right sheet. So go to my description box, copy and paste that URL. It should automatically download to the bottom of your screen. And then when it does that, if you go into Google Sheets and you upload the file that downloaded, you should be able to access it in Google Sheets. If you have issues, let me know. So again, this is for July 2020. And what I do is I go in and put in all my budgeted amounts before I actually put in any actuals. So of course, I'm doing payroll deposit. I did change that to say summer share, kids deposit, YouTube payments or Google AdSense, travel reimbursements. There's none of that because I'm not traveling anywhere. I'm not working in the summer. And then this is unexpected gifts, monies, blessings, funds transferred, anything like that. All right, so we're going to go down. I don't put anything in the budgeted because it might not be the same. I just don't want to overspend my budget. And then on the other side, I'm trying to figure it out. So here are my expenses, starting with living expenses. I've got my mortgage at $947. My heating and electric is much more expensive because we're home all the time now. The kids were doing Taekwondo they were doing Taekwondo 4 days a week at the Dojang. Well, we're in North Carolina. We're still in phase 2. Phase 2 gyms are still closed. So we're home all the time now. The kids are not out a couple hours a day. So we are home. So $122.68 for that. Our water bill was a little lower this month, which was good, $75.14. Of course, we're still doing loads of laundry with, COVID and wash everything. And so we're still just doing laundry. My cell phone is $113. My internet is $74.99. And then lawn care is $80. Now, my lawn guy is moving. So he will not be, he's going to cut the grass once in July. I know that for sure. We're trying to get it figured out if Jackson and I and sister, between all three of us, can get the yard done. We have a huge backyard. Our front yard is no problem. The side yard is not. Once you add in the two sides in the backyard, it becomes a lot. So we're thinking if we can do the lawn once, and then we'll have another guy come out because he does like the weed eating and the edging, which we do not do. I don't own a weed eater, and we do like to keep our yard looking nice. We do live in a neighborhood that has an HOA, so we do like to keep our yard looking like it's supposed to. We may be able to knock this down to once a month, but I'm not saying yes because I'd rather pay somebody to do my yard than to just spend money frivolously somewhere else. Could I take that money and put it somewhere else? Sure, I could. But for right now, it is helpful, especially if the yard bothers Jackson's allergies. He's on a new round of shots, and these shots are doing him very well. We've not had any major asthma flares this whole year. His last bad flare was in December, and it was really, really bad. And so when we went in to do his reeval, they switched up his meds. He's now getting 3 shots instead of the 2. They're doing much better. So I don't want to run into a problem where I've got him out there doing grass because he's old enough to do grass. I get that, but I don't want him to be in a problem. So I'm going to make the adjustments as necessary as I feel that need to be made. No household repairs. I usually save this until the fall and winter months when we don't need the grass to be done. And then I just usually reallocate the lawn funds to the household repairs if I have Mandy come over and do something for me. All right, moving down for my regular payments. I don't have a student loan anymore, so that is off. That's done. I'm actually just going to delete that whole section because that's done. Goodbye, the end. I leave Amazon Prime there because I do order some things through Amazon. That's just, so I leave it there. But I don't have a regular payment. This was gifted to me for the year, so I don't buy a non-YouTube subscriber. It was not a YouTube person. So that was gifted for the year, so I leave that there. My PureFlix, I paid that for the year in May. I made that payment in May, so that's done. Health Wage Gym, I think this is my last month of $15 payments, although they may extend that out because gyms are still not open yet. I don't want to cancel it because then I'm going to have to go back and reinstate it. It's just doing too much. They do offer us online gym, workouts that we can do. So that's perfectly fine. I'm leaving it. Kids don't have insurance. That comes out, I think, twice a year, like $18 a kid, twice a year. So I've already paid that. Taekwondo, we are still paying Taekwondo. Now, gyms are not open. Taekwondo Studio falls under gyms. And we're still doing the Zoom classes. He's increased the number of Zoom classes to 4 days a week, and he's increased the time frame to 45 minutes. So we're still going to keep giving it a go until we figure out what's going to happen with, gyms being reopened. No, I put in here my NC taxes sinking fund and my homeschool sinking fund just so I would have them on there. And I would know that I'm going to be saving for those. So when some Google AdSense comes in, I'll go ahead and put monies here and here. That'll probably be on that side. Groceries. As you can tell, there's no money for groceries because I have grocery cards. So no money. We're not eating out. Some restaurants are open, but we're not doing any of that. Vegetarian food for Jackson. So I put a little note in here. This time I did a note instead of a comment. So notes are right on the comment. And then I said I may have to allocate a few dollars for this if unable to fit into my monthly grocery budget. If there's something he wants different, then that will fit into the regular grocery cards that I have. Then, of course, Dad sends child support, so I'll be able to pull a few dollars out and get him anything he needs. So far, we've been able to just take care of it throughout the regular grocery budget. Also, I put a note here for this one. It says using summer gift cards for July and August groceries, 5 cards each month. So if you want to know what you're doing, $100 or more each week as I am able. Use kids deposit money to save for sister's curriculum. Jackson's is already purchased, so I do have one curriculum purchased. I do have to go back and get sister's. So I have a little bit left in that sinking fund, and I'll keep adding until I get enough to pay for hers for the summer. And then starting in September, we're going to go ahead and put monies into the homeschool sinking fund that will go on each month. So I just put a note in, and notes comes in below comments. So if you wanted to put a note in. Down personal expenses. One of the things that we came to a decision was sister was not going to get her hair done during the summer. She sweats it out too bad because she has natural. So we do get a wash and a flat iron. But she decided she was not going to go through that because it's just too much. Her hair gets poofy right after we do it because of Taekwondo. So she's going to wear braids for the summer. But Jackson and Mom will get a haircut. And Jackson's haircut is about $12. No, it's about $50. No, his is $12 and mine is like $20. I don't even think that's enough. Prices went up after the stay at home, and he opened back up, prices have gone up with haircuts. So I think that should be $35. Moving down, I'm not buying any clothes. Let me say this. I do need to get some clothes for Jackson. Between 1 week and the next week, Jackson has grown. We tried on pants this past week, and he could not fit in his clothes. I'm like, what in the world? So he was a 14. He's now a 16. So as dad sends child support, what I'm going to do is pull out a few dollars to take him to get some pants. And I'm going to go to a regular store. I'm not going into Goodwill. And he needs like 2 or 3 pairs of jeans, and he also needs some summer shorts. So I am going to get him some things, but in my current budget of the 1965, there's no room for that. So I know that it has to happen, but it'll happen as child support comes in. We're not going to the doctor or the dentist, although I do need to go to the chiropractor for my sciatic nerve. It is just so bothering me right now. But that expense, they don't take insurance, the companies that I've called, and it's like a monthly fee you have to pay, like a membership. And I am just not, at this point of my journey, willing to agree to that, to say every month I have to pay this much money. Even though in the one I really want to go to, you can go every day, you can go every day for the whole month if you need to. It's come in as many times as you need. And I just don't want to agree to that. I have some goals in mind that I'm trying to do, and they don't fit into that goal. I do want to do savings for the kids, but I don't count it in the summer because I want to make sure that money comes in. If money comes in, I'll put money in their accounts as I have been doing regularly. If it doesn't, I can't, it's pretty okay. Well, actually, I'm going to put it in since I normally do. And we'll see. If it comes in, it comes in. If it doesn't, we're okay. No miscellaneous house. We're not traveling. And then, actually, I do need to put $40 for Gracie's. She needs to get her 6-month supply of Heart Guard. And that's going to be there. Moving down for gas. We do go to church twice a week. So I put in $150 for that. That may be overstating it. But I did want to have enough gas. I'm probably going to need my oil changed at the end of July, 1st of August. So I didn't put any money for there. I'm not doing anything with tire replacements or repairs. My car insurance is a sinking fund. So I'm just leaving those as sinking funds. Now, here's the part that people really get excited about. At least for me during the summer months, is my offerings. So my church tithe and offering, I don't have to put any tithe in because I've already tithed my full salary for 10 months. I do a ministry that I am a part of. We do a monthly gift of $30 to that ministry. I have nothing here for baby step 1 or nothing here for baby step 3. Nothing's going into blow money or gifts or thrifting or any miscellaneous mom money. So right now you'll see, in order to meet my budget, I need $2,202.81. Since I got corrected on how to say that, I apologize as well. $2,202.81. So I don't have that much. That increased when I put in the kids' savings money. So if I were to take their savings money out, that would then put me down to $2,002.81. So I would then go back and try to readjust some of these, amounts if I were trying to figure out how to, have a zero-based budget. So I do know that there will be some child support coming in, so I'm okay leaving in some of those amounts. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to go to my actual column. And I know that my summer share is $1,965 even. And so that's what I'm going to go ahead and allocate for. So once I have that actual amount in, I don't do anything else to this sheet. I do go ahead and I change to my weekly, because I use the weekly budgets, and I go ahead and change to the weekly so that I can put in what I am paying or my expenses for the week. I want to know which weeks of the month, I spend more money and that type of thing. So that's why I use the weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and change to the weekly view. And so here it is now. I'm on the week view. This is for July 1st through the 4th. July 1st starts on a Wednesday. So I am going to go ahead and put in my amounts that I'm going to pay. $947. My utility bills was $122.86. My water and sewer was $70. This was $122.68. And this was $72.15. All right, I'm going to do my internet at $74.99. I'm going to take out the lawn care in cash for $80. All right, moving along. I am going to pay Taekwondo at $325. Nothing else there. Food expenses, we don't have any of those this month. Personal care, hair care, I'm going to do $30 in cash. Nothing else there. Nothing else there. I am going to do ma'am's money, $40 in cash. All right, transportation, I'm going to do $150 in cash. Nothing else I have to do there. And nothing else that I'm going to do for the rest of this Wednesday. So there's no more expenses. So right now, out of my paycheck or out of my summer share money, $1,842.12 has been allocated for. So taking me back to this view, to this large scale view, I have $1,965 that I need to allocate, and I'm allocating that as far as my mortgage, my utilities, my water bill, my internet, lawn care, Taekwondo, hair care will be cash. Ma'am's food, I'm actually going to pay for her food. I mean, not her food, her heart guard. I'm going to do that over the phone. I'm going to do a payment over the phone. My gas is going to be in cash. And that is what I have allocated now, $1,844.81. And that leaves me with a running total of $120.19. So I know for sure that I have to pay my cell phone, which is $113, and my gym membership, which is $15. So I would be short here right now. So I'm going to have to see, what else comes in to be able to take care of some things. So remember when I do Taekwondo, right, I pay up front. That means I pay on the front end. And then when Dad sends child support, $325 of that child support allotment can come back to me to do some of the other things I need to do. I never try to say this is my money because I paid for it up front. I just paid for it up front because you can't pay for it by the week. This is how it has to be done, and child support comes in weekly or every other week or something like that. So there should be plenty to do what we need to do. But right now, I'm in the hole, or I would be after I paid my cell phone bill at $113 plus another $15. That's going to put me right at $128, and I'm only at $120, so I would be in the hole a little bit, but it's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And if I need to go up here and take out my haircut money because my hair doesn't look bad, Jackson does need a haircut, I can take this down to, the $15 for his haircut and not worry about getting my haircut. If I need to some type of way, just do one lawn this month instead of doing two lawns, it's fine. And then, of course, me and Jackson can, make sure we get the lawn done once. So I could take that cash and put it to something else. So I do want to make sure that I have all of my bills squared away, and I'll make adjustments along the way. Alrighty, you guys, so there it is. It was a little bit of a longer explanation this time because summer works a little bit different than during the regular school year. And it's been this way for, as long as probably close to 15 years now. But I will say this, and I'm very thankful that this is the first summer that I've had all my grocery cards. First summer that I've had all the grocery cards. We've already allocated our cards for the month. So we'll be doing grocery shopping. There's $250 for each month, and that's a beautiful situation. I am going to continue doing this for next year and hopefully have a little bit more than that. If not, 250 is going to do us just fine. The kids right now, again, are taking their classes via Zoom for Taekwondo until gyms are allowed to open again. So we are hitting, taking a little bit more of a hit on the utilities because we're home all day long, every day, except for church on Sunday mornings and church on Tuesday evenings. We are at church, and it's usually only for about an hour. It's only an hour on Tuesday and maybe a couple hours on Sunday. So we're not there a long time. So we're here more. We're cooking more. We're not eating out. There's no eating out. We're doing all the meals here. That's for, health and sanitation as well as financials. We would love to go out to eat, but that doesn't fit into our budget. So that's just how that goes. We're maintaining, and everything looks really good for the summer. Now, can we, we really don't want to have any emergencies or anything like that. We just replaced the dishwasher. We just replaced the washing machine. So thank God those things have been done. Moving forward, we're just going to keep working the process. As Dad sends in the monies, I know that curriculum has to be purchased. I know that the kids still need their savings. And I know that Jackson needs some clothes. I bought Alana a couple pairs of shorts and shirts a little while back. She probably need a couple more things. Jackson needs some stuff for sure. We have been very fortunate in the fact that some of our friends have been cleaning out, and they would pass things along to us, and those have been lovely. So we cleaned out, and the good shorts and jeans that he had, we actually passed those to another family in our church that it helps them out some. So we have kind of this network of different people are, helping each other out as best as we can. So it works out very well. So I'm good with that. With that being said, that's the budget as of right now. We will continue to do the weekly budget updates and tell you guys what comes in and how we're allocating those funds. And, hey, thank you so much for walking this journey out with us. Some of you have seen tremendous growth. As I go back and I think about the last 6 months, I've seen growth in the way things have happened for us, just being focused on the goals, being focused on trying to make sure that we're hitting all of our milestones and we're doing all the things. We are working in baby step number 3, and I'm thankful to be on baby step number 3. With that being said, I am going to be still putting money in baby step number 1. I keep those categories separate just because it makes me feel better to know that there's that $1,000 if there's any emergencies. And then if my baby step 3 is just for my expenses, not emergencies, but expenses. So I just keep it separate, and I'm perfectly fine doing that. Right now, I'm not saving anything because I'm in the middle of trying to get homeschool curriculum. So it all works out. I hope that you could follow me sharing and what I shared. I hope that I have not said anything that was offensive to anyone pertaining to budgeting, period. I'm just trying to work the steps as best as I know how to work them. But I will tell you this, they are working for me. If you go back in my budget playlist and look at July 2019 budget versus July 2020 budget, you will see vast differences in those. So, anywho, there it is. I've talked long enough. If you have questions about this budget, please make sure to leave us a comment down below. If you have a kind suggestion you want to leave us, that also works out perfectly. I did not share my savings and sinking this time. I'll share that when I do the update. But I did want to say this. I've reached out to Glenda, my friend, who does the savings and sinking sheet. Like, her whole budget sheet is linked together. I asked her if she would consider just pairing the savings and sinking sheets together and not the rest of her budget. And she is working on that. So I know there were a couple people who asked me, can we just get the savings and the sinking sheet? She's working on it. and it should be still very reasonably priced over on her Etsy shop. It's not done yet. I think she'll let me know when it's done, and then I'll let you guys know. And if anybody is interested in doing her savings and sinking sheet, then you all can go over to her Etsy shop. It's always linked down in the description box below, and just, share some love with her over there. Her sheets have helped me. I use them every single month now for the last 2 or 3 months. I can't remember when I started, maybe May, just trying to play around with it. I definitely use it in June, and I'll be using it in July. So I'll share the savings and sinkings with you in the next update because this video is getting long. So anywho, thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like this video, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't, we'd love to keep you as a part of our YouTube family. Hit the little bell. That way you never miss any uploads from us. Thank you again so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.